So let's just recap these log lines. I briefly talked about it, but this whole idea of log line is you should be able to state the central conflict of your story to get providing both a synopsis of the plot and an emotional hook to stimulate interest. And this is the important part. You need an emotional hook. If it doesn't have this emotional hook, then it's not going to grab your audience, and your audience is either going to be the people you're convincing to go see the movie or the people that you're convincing to give you money to make the movie. So if you have a perfectly constructed log line, it's basically going to tap into the essence of what your film is all about. And its meaning should resonate on every page of your script. So good log lines should be 3 sentences long. If you can't describe the film within 3 sentences, then your concept is not fully developed yet. This is the crucial step to developing and funding and distributing your film. Again, I believe in this. I think this is right. There's probably other people that may argue with me, but I feel like if you can't get this dialed in and you're not ready to be writing a movie, you're not ready to make it a movie or anything like that, you need more development. So here's some list of stuff. So we've got The Godfather. The aging patriarch of an organized crime dynasty transfers control of his clandestine empire to his reluctant son. Notice the word reluctant there, right? That sets the pace here. Son does not want to join the crime organization. He's reluctant. So notice we're adding description. We're adding emotional hook into some of these log lines here to get our audience into. If I just wrote the aging crime boss transfers control of his empire to his son, it doesn't have the impact as this sentence here. It doesn't have the emotional hook. Pulp Fiction. The lives of 2 mob hitmen, a boxer and a gangster's wife, and a pair of diner bandits intertwine in 4 tales of violence and redemption. So redemption, violence, and so once you hear this, you know where this is going. Forrest Gump, this one I'm not too fond about. I'm not sure if this is the actual log line or not. Forrest Gump, while not intelligent, has accidentally been present in many historical moments, but his true love, Jenny, eludes him. See, it doesn't have that same hook as these two. Or even The Matrix. Look at The Matrix. This one's good. A computer hacker learns from mysterious rebels about the true nature of his reality and his role in the war against its controllers. So notice there's nothing in this here that talks about what's really going on in that movie. And that was a big deal because that was the big secret. Nobody knew. They set this thing up. They hyped this movie so much without telling you anything. And it was brilliant because I remember this movie specifically, going in the movies theater and seeing it. The moment when he awakens and realizes where he's at, we all had this crazy aha moment. I remember it shook me. I was like, wow, I did not expect that. I didn't expect that at all from this movie. And so they pulled it off amazingly. And so notice they kind of adopted the same thing here, not really setting this thing up that there's this hacker is important, that there's going to be this cruel, something's up here, but not giving away the goods, not talking about computers, not talking about virtual reality or the Matrix or anything like that, but still setting up the movie for what it was about without revealing. Silence of the Lambs. The young FBI cadet must confide in an incarcerated and manipulative killer to receive his help on catching another serial killer who skins his victims. Manipulative, look at those words, incarcerated and manipulated, manipulative killer. Young FBI cadet, right? We already said, so somebody just young, just starting out, maybe naive, maybe hungry, maybe willing to go the distance. Must confide. Look at the choice of words here, man. Very emotional. It's not FBI cadet interviews killer to receive help on catching another killer. That's lame, right? There's no emotion, there's no energy in that. But this, another serial killer who skins his victims, purposely putting that in to make, because it just adds a level of emotional context to it. This must be a horrible person. They skins their victims. Something's up. Why is this killer incarcerated, and it's still very manipulative. There must be something about him that's interesting. I probably want to see this movie. Rear Window. A wheelchair-bound photographer spies on his neighbors from an apartment window and becomes convinced one of them has committed murder. Pretty much tells the story. Wheelchair-bound photographer. Okay, that must mean it's normal photographer. Something must have got hurt, something like that. Spying on his neighbors. These are emotional contexts here. Hangover. Las Vegas set comedy centered around three groomsmen who lose their about-to-be-wed buddy during their drunken misadventures, then must retrace their steps in order to find him. So pretty much sets the story right there, right? How do you lose your about-to-be-wed buddy? How does that even happen, right? And even crazier, they have to retrace their steps to figure it out. So pretty much sets up that movie. And Apocalypse Now. During the US Vietnam War, Captain Willard is sent on a dangerous mission into Cambodia to assassinate a renegade colonel who has set himself up as a god among a local tribe. So definitely elevating what's going on here. And this one is definitely one of those movies where anybody not seen this movie? How about anybody seen it?
I've actually never seen Apocalypse Now.
Okay, see, another one to put on your list. This is a beautifully shot film, but man, this is a roller coaster ride. It's a slow burner. It's not going to be like super action packed. There are definitely action moments in it, but this is a really deep movie about the nature of man, and it's one of my favorite movies. It's very awesome. And once you watch the movie, then go back and watch the documentary about making it, called Into the Heart of Darkness. This was probably one of those brutal movies that whatever was made. It took them 3 years of shooting to get it done. And the absurdity that they went through to get this movie completed is mind-boggling. Great documentary. Quiet Place, recent, right? In a post-apocalyptic world, a family is forced to live in silence while hiding from monsters with ultra-sensitive hearing. So kind of really simply sets it up without going into details about it. So the point here is all of these log lines kind of set it up. They set up what's going on, like specifically the Matrix, but don't give away the goods. They don't tell you what's really happening, because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin the climax or anything about it. I just want to entice my audience, my reader, my potential investor into doing it, into funding it or watching it or whatever. And here, if I can really encapsulate what's it about, then I know I'm on the right track with my story, my screenplay, my idea. So for me, it's really important for us to kind of iron this out.